Well, a very good morning to you. Welcome to Natasha Makes. Are you warm and toasty? If not, get quilting yourself some more quilts. It is ferociously cold out there today.
You've been freezing.
I have not warmed up for days, I tell you. So cold. I have never looked forward to getting in my car and sitting on a heated seat with a heated steering wheel for 4.5 hours in my life. I'm so excited to drive home today. It's a bit sad, really. Not, to get home and see my family. No, it's just to warm up, to be in a place that is warm, where my feet will defrost, and that will be fabulous. So good morning to you. I hope you're warmer than I am. That is my wish for you. Which, works. And are you having a lovely day? Are you having to go out in it? Or can you just, chill out and stay and watch? I'm just sorting out my pins. I'm having a good old sort out today, Gemma. Today, we promised you a make that could be perfect for Mother's Day. And it's a take, I'm covered in thread. It's a take on the t-shirt tote bag that I did years ago. I've been making these bags for years. But my gripe with it is, if you want to do it, because I always used to do it as a fully reversible. Do you remember, Jem?
I do.
Do you remember that one?
I do.
So I've changed the dimensions a bit and jiggled it around, because if you want to do it fully reversible, there we go, like that. This does get used quite a lot in our house. It does take quite a lot of fabric. But then I thought, what if we do it in denim? That'll sort it. So we've done a different version. We've done it in denim. Denim does not need a full lining. Could you turn that heater off now, please?
I can.
It's probably a little bit loud. Oh, well, yes. And I thought, well, bit of denim, bit of applique is going to work an absolute treat. So that's what we're going to do today, start to work on a little bit of applique onto our bags, and I think it really pops those colours. So the fabrics that I've gone for are ones that have got sort of pinky orangey tones in there, some greens in there, but they're going to really pop against the blue of the denim. And then I've matched it with a thread through there that is your classic kind of orange thread with your denim. For a little bit of top stitching, if you want to have a little look inside. So where we're saving our money is in that we're not lining the whole thing. It's just got a facing on the top. So when you flash your facing, woo! You've got your beautiful K facing in there, which is a Philip Jacobs house leek. No, it's not a Flora even. I do know my fabrics, honest. There we go. So that's what we're going to make today, and of course you can personalise it for your mum, you can put initials on, you can do all kinds of stuff. So we're going to make that today. If you're wondering what the other bags are, that one was on a Friday deal. I love that bag. That's coming home with me after the show, Jem, I tell you. And then this one is our Pay It Forward. And on Friday...
We had tech gremlins this morning, Tash.
Have we?
Yeah, Facebook didn't go live automatically.
Oh no.
I have to press a button on YouTube, but Facebook didn't do it.
Are we live now?
SJ's done her thing. But just the first couple of minutes.
People have missed.
For Facebook people.
Oh, Facebook people. Okay, so just to...
Natasha saying how cold she was, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you probably haven't missed anything. In fact, it's probably a good thing.
In the comments to say, is everyone else chilly because Tash was?
I still am.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving a roundup of what's on the set today. So this is a very, very simple personal effects bag. So those of you that did the Pay It Forward for last month to be made this month, it's the personal effects bag, because we discovered that there are hospices that are sending home, after a loved one has passed, their possessions in plastic carrier bags. That feels wrong on all sorts of levels to us. And then we discovered that actually there's an initiative to make personal effects bags. They can be any size that you want, but we've chosen one that means that out of your Pay It Forward that you're being sent, you should have it, or it will be on its way for you by Friday. You'll be able to make two. They're easy, simple, beginner makes. And if you don't want to have them as personal effects bags, they make great shoppers. Roll them up, shove them in your glove box, and away you go. So multifunctional, that is what we like. But if you want to, if you want to have a go at something a little bit more challenging, then this is where we're at today. Jane is doing the star cushion tomorrow, the exploding star cushion. That is Jane tomorrow. Yesterday, we did pouches. I'm going to need one of those because it's got all my prep in it. And we also did, once I actually found the plastic, work with see-through products, why don't you? Never find it again. Then we also made these pouches. So if you missed yesterday's show...
Then you missed Natasha trying to find something completely invisible on the floor and getting quite stressed about it.
I'm going to be honest, it was not my finest moment. Like, in the 8 or so years that I have done live TV and ratcheted up about 4,000 live hours of TV in that time, yeah, that was possibly not one of my best. But, hey ho. Now, if you'd had a look at the Friday deals, you may well have seen some of our antique trims. And this is the red and green boho floral on black trim. These are still, they've started cutting, they've just started cutting them. I just nabbed them. We have got, look at that, isn't it pretty? We've got a little bit of that left. But I know that sometimes these go into the newsletters and it's difficult to get a size or perspective. So if you just wanted that as a little bit of a trim, maybe you just want to do this bag and just, instead of appliquing, you just want to put on a bit of trim that goes beautifully with denim, then fill your boots. Or maybe you want something a bit whooshy. Now this could easily be a handle. It's a bit good, isn't it?
Fabulous.
It's got buttons and bits on. This is the button and bead embellishment.
I really want that to be like straps on a pair of dungarees for a little dress for a
wouldn't that be amazing?
Gorgeous, wouldn't it?
Or do you know what? Actually, you know what it would look great as? One of our lanyards.
Oh, it'd be fabulous for that.
Wouldn't it?
And I have a long lanyard for my keys, so I can always rummage around and find them in my bag, or I can chuck them around my neck if I'm just racing.
Round your neck? Oh,
yeah, my long one.
Oh, your really long one.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah. You can make great long lanyards for that, couldn't you?
Crikey. Yeah. Good.
Yep.
Yeah. And as you guys know, I have a long-standing love affair with denim, and so the chance to whoosh it up with, well, we've done in the past. We've done Liberty. I love Liberty with denim. We've done lots of things because it is a really cost-effective material. It's hard wearing, so you're going to get that longevity, and it washes and wears and washes and wears. It's fabulous, and also everybody has jeans, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of assume that people like a bit of denim.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gifting for someone. I think that is a fair assumption to make, that they will have something that will go with it because, So today's make, you can either make up into a bag, or if you've got the denim and you've got everything else, you can do it as cushions. You could always do or you could do a flange border, nice, in one of these if you wanted. Be gorgeous. So lots of different options there. I'm going to show you how to draw the pattern out, because you're going to get your pattern paper in with your pattern today. Because quite frankly, I don't have a photocopier big enough to do this pattern. And then you've got it. It's quite a nice big pattern piece to have. I have got all the scissors in all the world going on today. I don't know why I've got quite so many. They've just all come out. You are going to need a little bit of steamer seam or whatever kind of bonding material it is that you use when you do your applique. And I'll show you very briefly how to work with that. But this is it. Well, I mean, obviously it comes on a great big roll. This is just a tiny bit of it left because I've been using it. Should we say hello to everyone?
Oh,
we got everyone now.
Understand.
Oh, if I can find everyone. Let me take the volume down, because that's the last thing I want is me in stereo. Let's have a look. Where are you? Where are you? I'd quite like to find my voice actually today. Here we go. Who have we got? We have got Judy and Sue. Good morning. I was on time and Facebook wasn't playing ball, said Sue. Do you know what? Facebook can be a bit naughty sometimes. Just saying. Morning, Donna, from a very chilly Torrington. Oof. Morning, Pam. Morning, gorgeous girl. Oh, Pam, you can stay. Morning, Jane. She's, here you are. Yeah, we were here all along. Facebook, not so much. Morning, Becky. Morning, gorgeous lady. Oh, there's a lot of gorgeousness going on today. Thanks. Cold, but beautifully sunny today. Yeah, there was a good sunrise this morning. Morning, Martin. Morning, Sue. Said how sad I am. I looked up the elephant quote. Thank you, Tash, for that gem. Yeah, I'm not. When you've done as many live hours, and it is always live, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we don't really edit anything.
No.
We don't, because it's warts and all sewing. That's how we've always.
Is that what we're going to rebrand as? Warts and all sewing. Beautiful.
That doesn't sound very attractive, does it?
It really
all?
doesn't. Sounds like we need some ointment.
Oh. Oh no! But as in, like, when it goes wrong. We just show you. That's what I mean.
Good-o.
You and your creams.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it is what it is. We're very real here. That's just how it goes. And occasionally I say things and then think afterwards. Morning, Della.
Occasionally.
All right. So no need to pick me up on that one.
Really? Oh dear.
See what I have to put up with. Morning, Della. Says it's frosty in Cornwall. That can go.
Hey, Della.
Della, that can go. I do not need frost when I'm going home. Morning, Claire. There you are. No kids. No husband. Me or you? I don't know. Oh, I'll relax. Watching while the bleach unclogs my new-to-me dishwasher. Do you know what? We have all the fun, don't we, here?
Yeah.
All the fun.
Living the dream.
Yep. Morning, Leslie. Yes, good morning, my fellow fabricaholics. Yes, she's here to get a morning fix. We've got some beauties for you today. Morning, Julia. Morning, Pat. Morning, Chris. She's looking forward to seeing some applique today, and it's her birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Morning, Jimmy. Morning, Joy. Morning, Liz. Morning, Lizette. Ooh. Sitting, she's cutting and tracing patterns for another dress. Yeah, Jimmy says in 31 years he's done thousands of live hours, live to air on radio. Do you know what? When I first got my job in TV, my very first presenting job, and I'd done like bits for Extreme Sports TV and stuff like that, but that was all heavily edited and interviewed and and all that kind of stuff. But live is a very different beast. It's a very different beast. I was terrified. I didn't think that I'd be able to talk for an hour. How wrong I was.
Oh,
it's not whether or not I can talk for an hour, it's whether or not I can shut up. It's like, what am I going to say for a whole hour? To be fair, I had been living feral on the moor. I didn't really need to talk to anyone when I lived there.
No, just the horses.
Just the horses.
Yeah.
Wild or otherwise.
Oh, don't start me off.
What?
Wild Horses.
Oh no, Jim's
It's
going
a
to
great
sing.
song, that one. No one needs to hear me wailing that one down the
I
microphone.
don't even mean to.
It's a great one. That's going to be one for this afternoon, that is.
We're going to add it to our playlist.
home.
I can't get my new phone to sync to the big speaker.
Oh,
It's a source of great sadness to me when I'm here on my own on a weekend. Thank you. Right. Anyway.
wifely duties there.
All
we
other
are.
tech issues happily
Yes.
dealt with. This is going to be your lining fabric. It's beautiful, and yeah, you just need that in your life. Look at that. We are really limited on this. So the first, is it 9 or 10 of you, something like that, are going to get this one. And then we move to a different colourway of the flora. It will still be this print, but this is the last of it, and then it is gone, which is a shame because it's really rather beautiful. Look at it, it's got all my favourite colours in. It just needs to be all over my sitting room, everywhere. There we go. You get a ½ metre of that, a ½ metre of your denim. You then are going to get fat quarters of these little beauties. Now, to give you an idea, I have used half a fat quarter for 2 bags. So you could either do the other side, do something the other side, because this is only, like, there's only the pattern on one side. So you could either do something on the other side, or if you wanted to line the bag fully, then you could do a pieced lining. Or you could just pop it in your stash. You've got all the options, right? They're all there. All there. So let's have a look then at what we're going to do and how we're going to do that today. I'm obviously going to have to use this gem.
Of course.
Of course. Of course, of course. I'm having a little dance. What am I doing? Oh, we've got to do the pattern first. Ha ha! Here we go.
Wowzers trousers.
All right. You will get a piece of this with your pattern. Don't be afraid. It's great. Which means that, because this is basically dressmakers templates, pattern stuff. So what I want? Pattern paper. That'll be the one. It's in centimetres rather than inches. So this is one pattern that you are going to find in centimetres. So we're going to draft the pattern first. If you are a dressmaker, a seamstress, and you've got one of those curvy tools, whip it out. If you've got a multi-size curved corner cutter from Creative Grids, whip it out. For everybody else, get a plate. You'll see why. So, that is your starting point. That is your base. Okay. So it's going to be quite easy to do. It really is. So get yourself a nice pen that you can see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 up the sides. And then, again up the side. To round off these bottoms, just get yourself something round. If you've got your curved corner cutter.
Oh, I love my curved corner cutter.
Oh, I love it too, because if you are working with a plate, okay, which you can do and which I did with this bag for many years. I have been making this bag now for nearly a decade. Nearly a decade, Gemma.
Crazy stuff.
In various formats. Then what I'm going to say to you is fold it in half, and when you cut it, just cut one curve and then you match them. But if you do have such an exciting device as this, whip it out. Whip it out now.
Fabulous.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
I like it when I'm doing blankets. I like it to do little basic blankets round the corners off.
Oh,
Fleecy
yeah.
blankets, and then pop a little bias binding around the edge.
Brilliant.
A bit of satin bias binding.
Now,
you know.
here we are going to go across. We're going to start from here and go up. Now, all of these measurements are in your what's it, Doobie, what's it?
I love how articulate you are in the morning.
I'm struggling a bit today, aren't I?
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
It's all right.
I don't know where the words have gone. I think the cold has taken them, Gemma.
Oh, it's like that Two Ronnies sketch where he gets all the words wrong, but you understand exactly what he's saying.
Would be my dream.
It's wonderful.
Have I seen it? We've discussed my knowledge of the Two Ronnies and the fact that I probably saw it at some point in the 80s, but do not have the knowledge to remember it.
The memory is not.
The memory is not still there.
Oh.
Not still there. So the reason that I just like to draft this from scratch for you is just so you can see how easy it really is to do. And again, if you've got your Creative Grid, then you can just use that to curve off there. And again, flip it. Ooh. Whee! Now here, your middle bit is going to be there. So what I suggest you do is draw a straight line across that 5. It's like graph paper, isn't it? Across the 5 there. And then you've got enough to then curve it up from there. Whee! But like I say, if you do not have such a whizzy piece of kit as your creative grid, then what I would really suggest you do is just do half and cut everything on the fold. Where's my pen lid? There we go. That is your template done. How easy is that? Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it isn't. There is one more bit that I want to bring in, and that is for your interfacing. So for now we're just going to draw a line along there, and we're going to leave it at that, and we'll come back to that later. So let's have a look at what we need to cut from this. Now, denim is perfect for this because it's that wider length. It's a dressmaking width. Crikey, hang on. So I cut myself a metre. You can get it off a ½ metre, but I knew I had to make 2. So here we go. Let me flip that bit off there. You will have a manageable size. Unlike me, that looks like I'm trying to do my washing. But here it is. So with yours, you will put it on there like that. In fact, is that just going to be easier if I just cut that down a bit? And then we can just deal with that. There we go. Right. Oh, it's like when you chop off a long ponytail, isn't it? Ha ha! Right, you can either pin this in place, or if you've got weights, whoops, then drop them on the floor. That's fine.
I'll just sit here chuckling at you. It's all fine. I'll just sit here chuckling at you. It's all fine.
I do love a pattern weight. Do you know what? We really must do a pattern for a pattern weight.
Yes.
Because when you need a pattern weight, you need a pattern weight.
You do.
And I had an idea about that this morning whilst I was using my said pattern weights. I thought, actually, I have an idea. Right, so, I know, I might share it with you later. So let's get cutting, shall we? And you're going to have plenty of denim left over. That's what I love about this. Which means that, should you wish to make the little triangle pouches, we're going to have loads for that. Are you not? Yes, you are. So I'm just doing all the straight bits with a rotary cutter that I know has a blade I'm about to change, because I'm also cutting through the paper. If you want to cut your paper out first, go for it. But then put your pattern away, and then you can use it whenever, wherever. Gemma, no Shakira?
I'm really holding it. It's clearly playing very
Yes,
loudly inside my head.
Disappointed.
Terrible.
Not gonna lie. And then you can either go in with your scissors, or if you've got a rotary cutter and you've done that, then you can just get those edges. I am disappointed, Gemma. I thought we'd have a little bit of... So I've had a new fun thing start to happen for me.
Okay.
You know, you have like your standard songs that you've loved for years, and they might remind you of a good night out or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have them on your playlist, and it's great, and you get to have a little sing along and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed how inappropriate so many lyrics are when they come out of the mouth of your 4-year-old?
Terrible. Terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've just had that start to happen to me, and I'm like, no, that is not your favourite song. No.
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 In fact, we're never listening to that again.
No.
Ever.
Banned.
Yep. Off the playlist. Soz. Not happening anymore. Yeah, I had that bit the weekend. I was like, oh my goodness me. Right. Oh, I've got myself in. If I was at home, I'd be going around and doing that from the... Oh, do you know what?
No one can see because their overhead camera's on.
There we go. That works. If you've got a table that you can get round it. That does work. Oh, jolly good. Yeah.
You just all enjoy the show while Natasha talks to herself. Oh, my mother's on. Morning, Mum.
Morning. Morning, Eds. Morning, Mother. Mother Eds. There we go. Back again. Get my steps in. You can just do this with scissors if you wish. But if, like Geraldine, you have all of the templates in all of the world and you just need an excuse to actually use it, crack on. There we go. That's that done. Just get rid of that for now.
What do you mean to do that? Yeah,
Yep.
okay, good, fine. Just checking.
So you have now got what looks like a very strange vest. Pop that to one side, we'll deal with that in just a minute. Now, why did we draw this line on here? Because we are going to fold on the line and then we are going to cut out from our incredibly beautiful Flora fabric our lining. Now, if you want to do a full lining, then please do, should you wish. But if you want to save yourself some of this gorgeous fabric to use elsewhere, then don't use it all. Because here's the thing, you can fit that onto there and have quite a lot left over if you want to add some of these flowers in. But what you're not going to get out of a ½ metre is the full shebang. Okay, so it's non-directional, doesn't really matter which way round you do it. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you will be going, but Natasha, how are we going to cut round there?
Oh, yes, how, Natasha?
How? Well, you simply fold it out the way. Let us not get too complicated about it all. And then, you know, this time if you want to use your rulers, if you want to just draw around it, whatever you want to do, do it. Okay, but just make sure that you have two. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to do it this way on. Whee!
Have you warmed up at all, Natasha?
Sorry?
Have you warmed up at all?
No,
Still chilly.
I really haven't.
Our viewers are very helpful. So Deborah says, hi, air conditioner going tonight. Very humid and warm. Love watching. Does that help? No. And lovely Philippa, I'm quite jealous of lovely Philippa. She is saying, hello, lovely ladies, from Langkawi Island, Malaysia.
Yeah, no, don't love Philippa anymore.
No. Eds is in love with this fabric.
It's beautiful!
We've just literally put the last of it into kit, said Iwina.
Oh, yeah, as Inga would say, you've had your chance. We've had this fabric for a while. And it's funny, isn't it? It's only when we start doing projects like this and you guys go, hey, it's getting pretty. Wish I'd had a bit of that while you had your chance.
You did have your chance.
As Inga would say, you've had your chance. And now we're going to make stuff ourselves. Yes. Oh. You see, again, this is where I'd run around and do that with my ruler on. I might run around and do that with my ruler on in a minute. or just draw around it and go in with scissors. That's also what I did this morning. You've got options, Jem. Love an option.
Marvellous.
Love a good option. Here we go. But then that's all your cutting out done. This isn't a terribly complicated make, but it might not be quite like anything else you've made. And so you might just have to engage your brain in a slightly different way.
That's all right, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I had to this morning, and I had to do that thing of, when I do that, double checking with Jane that I haven't gone completely mad.
More mad than usual.
Completely mad, yeah. And she didn't think I had.
Aww.
Or she was just too polite to say. I mean, one or the other.
Or she's of equivalent madness.
I think surround yourself, right? Surround yourself with your own tribe.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
People whose madness matches your own.
There we go. Round I go. Let's go round again, Gemma.
Very good.
Everything has a song, in case you've not realised
Always.
here.
Everything has a song.
And I didn't realise quite how many songs Gemma knew.
I do.
Yeah.
I do know many, many songs. This is a
No,
thing.
you see, when I used to paint for a living, I used to work as a scenic artist for a company down in London. Spend all my day in big warehouses, freezing, doing the backdrops for, and making props for TV, film, and all that kind of stuff. And I was known as the person, you'd hear the beginning of any song, and I knew the words to the start of any song. That would be, I would then have peaked. Like, that would be it.
Okay.
But for that beginning, I was that annoying person that knew the start of any song.
But in a warehouse as well, there's a...
Oh, you
That's
get
acoustic.
such great acoustics. Oh, yeah. So if you don't, I mean, look, let me just show you this other way. Just draw around and cut. It's quite easy. Here we go. Whee! Right. That leaves you, ladies and gents, with quite a usable amount of this for various other projects. So whether you want to be using that for your linings and other things, or to cut out flowers for your appliques for this, you do have quite a nice chunk there to work with. Get it in your stash. That's what I say.
Amazing.
Yeah, all right. Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be going in my handbag on the way out.
Well, it's not, though, is it? Because it's clearly
Mine.
already in mine!
Mine.
Ha ha! Possession being 9/10 of the law.
That's the one.
It's on my desk, therefore it is already mine. So what we're
Your
going to
name's
do
above the
now... Huh?
And your name's above the door.
It actually is, isn't
It
it?
actually is.
Actually is. Do you know what, Jem? I'm actually quite impressed that I managed to remember. That was my plan for today's show. Just that.
Ah.
We'll do it off that, shall we, today? Right. Let's clear the decks a little bit, because I'm getting a little bit in a mess.
Don't do that.
In a bit of a pickle. Do you know what? That also needs to come home with me, because it's really useful. Just going to, excuse me, with a bit of housekeeping, but we've got a pressing matter coming up.
Oh, very good. We have got a few of these weights, you know, these
Have we?
fabulous, pattern weights.
Have we really?
Yeah.
They're really good, actually, and I like that they come in a nice little...
Well,
I have a pack up here and a pack at home.
just pop them in today's collection.
Oh, did you? Oh, it's not often that we have to use them, but when we do use them, we need to use them.
Yeah.
Um,
Once you got them, you got them.
did you get your binding makers? I will show you on Friday how to use those, by the way. Don't I, Jen?
Yes.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you've watched enough of Natasha's demos, you will have seen her use them. They are a Natasha's essential.
They really are. Right, I don't know how many times I can just move this fabric around. All I'm doing is I'm going to turn this under and press. If you want to get your little tool out and measure so that you are equal all the way along, that really helps. Obviously, in the interest of time, I'm not going to do that. But if I were being, and I did this morning, I was all professional about it. I know, Gemma, I know, surprising.
I'm sat here in stunned astonishment, that's the one.
Ah, yes. So, here we go. So you want to fold it under the same both sides. Just the once. We don't have to do anything silly like fold it under again and again and again, like we've had done on previous projects. And then we're just going to stitch down there and hold it in place. Gemma, I had a horrible thought this morning. You know how when I have what feels like a cold all through the summer, I'm in complete denial about having hay fever. And clearly I haven't got hay fever at this time of the year. But I do appear to have a cold that won't go. And I thought, what if it's not that? What if I have like an intolerance to dairy or something like that?
Oh, who knows?
Because that would do that, wouldn't it? And I
Yeah.
thought, what a horrible world that would be if I couldn't eat cheese. That was my thought for today. You see, I think such deep thoughts whilst I'm making.
I had to give up dairy for nearly 2 years.
What?
Cheese was the biggie. That was the problem.
How can you not eat cheese?
It's the melted cheese I miss.
Oh, you see, vegans. I mean, I take my hat off to you, but really, cheese? It's not bad, is it?
And there's not really brilliant
And
cheese
butter.
substitutes.
Oh, butter.
No, you can at least get, spread substitutes and things,
No.
but cheese is not a
Nope.
decent substitute.
Nope and nope. I'm going to stitch down both those sides there. I'm just looking for what I did with my pins. Oh, look, they're actually back in my pin cushion. That's what I was doing at the start of the show, wasn't it? Is everyone all right there on their Facebook?
Yeah, they're good over on
And
YouTube.
good morning,
Robin
YouTube.
Says, you're cold. Here I am, sitting with the front and back doors open. We had a summer storm late today here in Melbourne, but we'll be heading up to high 30-degree temperatures as the week goes on.
This looks like a really odd bra, doesn't it? Right now.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Does a bit. I envy you that heat. I'm not going to lie. Really envy you that heat. I could cope with that right now.
Susan would be warmer, but she says she would, if she could wear her fleece hoodie. But unfortunately, the cat is currently using it as a cushion.
You can't move the cat, that's the law.
She said I can't move the cat, can I?
Nope.
Nope.
I have a lovely fleecy heated blanket on my bed, which Malcolm often calls dibs on.
Lovely
Oh, come on, Malcolm.
I know, right.
And he likes to just luxuriate
Oh, he luxuriates on
across it.
everything.
Malcolm, yeah, he does. He is a bit luxuriating cat, and he's a big cat these days.
They're a fan of the unicorn as well, aren't they?
Do you remember those tiddly tiny little kittens that I had over a year ago that
so
we brought on
dinky.
air? Freddie brought in his kittens, didn't he, to show you?
Mm-hmm. He's a big
Huge.
lad.
They are as big as the dog. Seriously, they are massive, massive cats. So when Malcolm thunks himself down on the floor and starts doing acrobatics in front of you because he's really pleased to see you, it's quite sweet, but I'm pretty sure it annoys my neighbour downstairs. What is that noise? It's the cat. Well, and also Morty likes to go visiting her. If she ever has her stable door open,
Oh, yeah.
he's straight in there.
He goes visits, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's straight in
The
there.
neighbours know him.
Would the school know him now as well? Because he goes up to the school, meets and greets up
I'm
at the
waiting
school.
for him to get a school photo. I am waiting.
Oh, that would be amazing. You know how yesterday...
Oh no, what have you lost this time? Woman!
Oh, my marbles! Clearly. No, it's here, I can see it.
Right in front of your face. Do you need that ruler?
No,
Okay.
maybe.
good. Maybe.
No.
Farmer Ali says, good morning all.
Morning,
Attacking
Ali.
filing cabinet in the office. Oh dear.
She's doing
That's
what?
not all the fun. Attacking a filing cabinet in the office. I mean, I assume she means as in doing some work with it rather than, you know, Basil Fawlty when he had the branch and he was attacking the car. I don't think she means in that sense.
I love Fawlty Towers. I'm just putting it out there. I was. Oh, thanks, Jim.
It's the top of my head.
I was
like,
brought up
roll
on
across the
Fawlty Towers. That and what else was I brought up on? Monty Python.
Now you see, I've not watched Monty Python.
Basically anything John Cleese.
Yeah, I've not watched any Monty Python at all. Is that terrible? Is that a day of my life I just need to spend catching up on all Monty Python?
Right, you know how you are really mean to me sometimes when I say I haven't watched a film and
Yeah.
this look of horror goes over your face. We're like, how have you got to the grand age of 25 and have missed all those films?
I know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 25 with a bit of experience.
Yeah.
It's really simple.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Life of Brian, where have you been?
I think my parents need some form of accountability for this.
Ed's Life of Brian, where have you been?
Yeah, it's practically, you know.
Child abuse.
Yeah.
To have not let you watch it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, Cynthia just says, are you being served? Oh, I loved Are You Being Served?
Mrs. Slocum's pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
You would not get away with it, would you,
not
today?
get away with it.
You really would not get away with it today at all. Right, let me show you.
Fiona says, you look great for a 25-year-old with two lovely kids.
Thanks. Clearly a child bride.
And Wendy says, it's just as well you're making a bag and not a top because there are two very well-placed flowers.
I know. And you know the Brolly's fabric that Brandon designed? Has anyone got a bolt just so that I can prove my point? Because when I went to see them the other day and I was interviewing Kay for Create and Craft, I was saying to him that I do want a maxi dress out of the Brolly's fabric because it's so gorgeous.
You've got to be really careful.
But I did say, I am going to take you to task, Brandon, because...
Well, I saw it straight away when that fabric arrived. And
it's lovingly known as the boobs fabric in here, not Brolly's.
But everyone thought I was mad. And then you came in and went, oh!
Boobs!
We love that fabric. And we will still make it into a frock, but crikey bobs have got to be careful with those Brolly's fit.
Or have you?
Or not.
Do you just embrace the fact that...
Yeah. Roll with it.
Well, because they're not even anyway. So you're going to have one bigger than the other.
It can't be worse than the time that I made the pyjama bottoms.
Oh yeah, the pyjama bottoms.
And I had the fox on my front bottom.
Yeah.
And the bear coming out of the seam.
Your back bottom.
My back bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That taught you pattern placement in one fell swoop.
Your ex-husband, as I walked through wearing these over the top of my clothes, just burst out laughing.
Did you not realise at that point? I can't remember.
It's the most... Well, no, I had. I just went to show him, and it was the most interested he's ever been in anything anyone's ever sewn in that house.
True. It's very true. Oh, bless him. Right, your steamer seam yellow lines on. You want to keep that side. The other side is plain. Take that off. When you're ready to use it, take that off, and you've got sticky dots. Pop it on whatever bit it is that you are going to be chopping out. I might cut out that butterfly. Do you know what? There are butterflies, and then apply some heat. The reason I use steamer seam rather than anything else, I missed a bit, moved as I did it, hang on, is because it gets kind of sticky. The best way that I can describe it is like fuzzy felt. So that when you're doing your applique, you can sort of fuzzy felt it and remove it. It's got a tack to it. And so you can just move it around, which when you're doing, I'm going to call this freehand applique.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds so much grander than it actually is.
Applique.
No, not fuzzy felt applique.
It's kind of like fuzzy felt.
It's not fuzzy felt applique.
So much fun.
And then with your scissors that aren't your best fabric scissors, your next best scissors, or my top tip is actually if these get gunked, if you haven't heated that properly, whack them in the dishwasher.
Okay.
Cleans them off a treat.
Oh, I just thought they'd have rusted. That's good, isn't it?
Well, no, because these should be sailing soon. Anyway,
Very good.
mine have been through the dishwasher on numerous occasions. All good. When you are cutting out anything applique, do use the full length of your blade and move the fabric to it. So you see, you go round there, and I'm moving the fabric, not my scissors. So all your scissors have to do are just close gently. And honestly, it makes such a difference. It just makes it less choppy somehow. And you see, that's what happens when you work with paper crafters. They give you all these gems. And you go, oh yeah, going to use that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very useful. Fiona's very late with us this morning. She's been packing for her next work trip away.
Where you going, Fiona? Where you going? Where you going? Where you
She's
going?
always off somewhere, isn't she?
She's always
She's
off
a
somewhere
jet setter.
fabulous. Really fabulous. That is something that I would like to change, is that I haven't travelled much. And I think it's because I'm a bit of a homebody. I do love my home, and I love my horses, and I love my animals, and if I go away, someone else has got to look after them. And one of the times that the very first time I went to America, that blinking volcano erupted. I got stuck there for a month.
Oh, of course you did. If it was going to happen to anyone, it'd be you.
Yeah, I got stuck in America for a month.
Wow.
And we were in New York, about to fly home. And it was when I was training for the Olympics. So I'd managed to work in a 2-week holiday. Actually, I hadn't. I'd flown into Vegas and run down the strip at 5 o'clock in the morning when it was empty. It's the best time to see the strip at all. And then had abuse shouted at me from prostitutes. But that's the whole of the story. They don't like seeing people out running. That's in the morning. Okay. Ladies of the night. And yeah, but I'd blocked off 2 weeks to not train. That was fine. And then the blinking volcano did its thing. And we're in New York going, well, I just said I could be cold and wet anywhere. Yeah. We can do that at home. Yeah. So we flew down to Miami. I rang my swimming coach. I was like, right, where do you train when you're in America? Yeah. And he went, Miami and Florida Keys, Tash. I was like, right, that's where we're going then. That's where we're going. That's where we're going. That's where. So we flew down to Miami, had a couple of days in Miami. Lovely. Drove down to Florida Keys. Oh my goodness, I trained with the Dr. Gary Hall, his name was. He does a lot of the Olympic training out there. It was brutal. Brutal. But all of their pools are 50 metres as standard out there. Ooh. And just the hours and hours and hours in the pool. Within that 2 weeks that I trained with him, my shoulders just went, because you mix that with obviously the carbohydrates, because you can't find a salad anywhere in America. Right, okay. Without like 8 ton of ranch dressing on it. Yes. Poof! Yes. My husband saying to me, well, you know, you're fit for purpose. Like, is not the compliment that we wanted. Fit for purpose. Yeah, ouchies. And yeah, even my fencing instructor, when I came home, because I couldn't then fit into my fencing tops, he's like, what happened to you? I went, American carbohydrates happened to me. And Dr. Gary Hall, thank you very much. That would be that. Do you know what? If you didn't want to do anything else, that looks rather lovely, just having that butterfly just in the corner. We're finished! That's today's applique. Thank you very, very much. No, it's not though, because...
It's not though.
It's not though, is it?
No. It isn't though.
Those of you yesterday that spied my project pouch, you see, this is how things work in my life. I had to make the project pouch first, because I knew I was going to have lots of little Italy bits and bobs for this week, so that I could then have all my little Italy bits and bobs for this week. And out they come. So get them out your project pouch. And
project pouch is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would you have done without that? All your bits would have been all over the cart.
My bits would have been all over the place.
Been all over the bob. All over
wow.
The all over the place.
I mean, story of my life. Yeah. Let's now draw a circle on our bag. Freehand. Doesn't matter. Just to give you a bit of a guide as to where you want it to be. I'm just doing this in chalk. And then when you're happy that you've got some sort of circly thing, or you might want to do a heart because it's Mother's Day.
Maybe.
Maybe you want to do a little heart. then just sketch it on. Whatever shape it is that you want to do, then go with that. Okay. And then you get to play. And this is the bit that we love, because we get to play. So you can start off by just popping a few things there with a little bit of a sprouty bit there. And yeah, maybe we're going to have a little butterfly off there somewhere, or maybe we're going to have that there. Maybe you want to start off with that there and then build around. Who knows? We've got some of these cut out. Got all sorts going on. Or if you want to do the circle and you want to start off with something really big and then kind of sprout out from there, then you can. But this is the chance that you get to absolutely play. And this is the fun bit, right? This is the oh yeah, look at that. And then when you start to get an idea that you want to pop some of these down, you just take the back off, but you're not committed. So if you're using anything that isn't steamer seam, the smallest gust of wind and you're going to be in trouble, right? Because it's just going to send it all over the place. But this sticks it down temporarily. We don't need to get all excited. It's just temporarily.
I have got annoyed when I've made projects with a different bonding agent before, and you place it all out on your desk and then you go to move it to where the iron is.
Yeah, and it moves.
Floats off, and you have like, especially.
And you're never going to get it, like it or not, you're never going to get it back to the place that you had it in the first place that you really loved.
Especially with lettering as well. You get, a letter flutter away and you're like, oh, man, got that so
But also it means that you can layer it up. So,
or even when you bring the iron down towards it, sometimes just the heat of the iron approaching it, it moves.
But you see, look, case in point here, I've got this beautiful, beautiful bit of the flower there, but how annoying that was the end of my fabric. But that's fine, because all I'm going to do is just make sure that I tuck it under something.
Marvellous.
Right. Do. And you can have all the fun in all the world. In fact, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Please don't stress in any way, shape or form.
You quite often get the kids to do this bit, the placing. And
with the lovely big cockerel, they absolutely did.
When they're not looking, you might give it a little, slight different manoeuvre. A tweak here and there before it gets heated.
Oh, hang on, I've got a nice little butterfly there. That might want to come out, do something. And just, all I would say when you're doing this is have a little think about balancing the colours. So if you've got like a big hit of pinky orange one side, you might want to balance it out by having some the other side.
Fiona's in New Zealand, Japan and Taiwan for the next 3 months. That's where she's off. That's a lot of packing to get right, isn't it?
Packing.
And Claire Angelina is snuggled under one of her quilts in one of her spare bedrooms, and we're on the big telly.
Ah, one of her spare bedrooms.
I know.
How many rooms have you got now, Claire? She's upsized.
She has.
Sounds like she's moved to a mansion. Oh, Debbie, is your house move still going through? Because remember she had her viewings, didn't she, last week? And she said to me they'd gone all right. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, she said she would swap willingly at the moment, Fiona, with you, and you could go on her travels, but she'd be useless at the presenting, so.
I mean, to be fair, like you have seen me over the last few days. It's not, it's not a high bar. I'm going to be honest. It is not a high bar at the moment. Can you tell I really want to get this butterfly somewhere?
I know, it's a debate. I can hear the clunking.
Where is it going to go?
Jojo says, when the volcano erupted, going back to that, her not very nice boss and another colleague got stuck in Ireland as the planes were grounded. The colleague decided to wait for the planes, but her boss decided to hitch a ride on a fishing trawler.
Amazing.
He arrived back after the guy who waited for the plane, And he stunk a fish.
Oh!
A nicer person.
Wow, that's a treat,
That's
isn't
karma,
it?
isn't it,
Beautiful. Do you know what they do say that karma's only if you are?
Oh, Chris is noticing similarities to your block of the month at Creating Craft, box 5. But the yes, the flowers and the appliquing.
It's just a style that I really like and
Yes.
really enjoy.
You've done
So
other
you
projects
will
as well.
see. And to be honest, the Create and Craft project sprung from a wall hanging that I did a couple of years
Yes.
ago. That was the initial kind of thought process with that. So yeah, it is because
It's a great
between them
technique,
all,
isn't
they do incredibly gorgeous prints. And it's just a different way to use your fabrics. Now, look, when you buy the kit, yeah, you've got all of these different prints there. But you might have others that, you know, you've got scraps of. You might have had our scrap bags. Oh, talking of scrap bags, we have got, we've got some more of the buy one and get one free on the long quarters bundles.
Yes.
They were so popular that
Make the most.
we've cut a few more.
We have. Pam says that stupid volcano trapped my hubby in Dubai with no spare clothes and no money. The bank cancelled his cards because he wasn't meant to be in Dubai.
Oh
He
no!
worked in India and was travelling back for our niece's wedding, which he obviously missed, and after almost a week he flew back to India. I didn't see him for about 6 weeks. Oh, bless him.
Oh no!
What a kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle!
It is.
Oh, we love a kerfuffle,
Yeah, but that's
Gemma.
a story you'll always talk about and tell, won't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes these things happen and you have to just go, well, it's something to tell when I'm older. And everyone will go, what?
You did what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire says the house is a 5-bedroom former student rental. 3 upstairs, 2
Crikey.
downstairs. She's going to do a little live tour later if anyone would like to watch on that their Facebook.
Wow. There we go.
I know. So nice to have the
Fabulous.
extra space, isn't it, when you get into a house that's, you know, a bit bigger with a growing family.
Well, you did that. You did a similar upgrade,
I
didn't you,
know.
Jem, back in the day?
We were all in 1 bedroom at one point. We were in a little 1-bedroom starter.
Cosy.
Then we were in a 2 up, 2 down, which was dinky. Like
It
super
was.
tiny.
I've never known anyone be so neat and organised as you.
Well, I had to be. And we had bunk beds made that were the width of a cot bed, but full length for the girls. And I had to put a rail.
Did you leave them there when you left?
Yeah. Well, hang on. No, I didn't actually. No, I fib. I did bring them with
Did
us.
you?
Yeah, because the people that were moving in were having a baby, so they didn't need them. I did offer to, but no, they were having a baby, so they didn't need them. But yeah, we had this tiny, tiny house, and then we went from that one into a 5-bed,
Yeah.
which was just, whoa, where's all this space?
And yet
we
you've managed to
filled
fill it.
Oh, yeah.
You have managed to fill it.
Yes, filled it really
To
quickly.
the brim.
But our loft was absolutely rammed in the old house. The amount of stuff that came out of the loft when we were moving. Everyone said, how has that loft not collapsed through and flattened the rest of your house?
I mean,
Fair
let's not
questions,
wish
fair.
that on anyone, shall we? Do cut out all your
Oh.
foliage. We enjoy this. And look, kind of this looks so different
Beautiful.
to the other one as well. You know, this is what I love about these, is that no two are ever going to be the same.
No. Sue's asked the most important question of the day, Sue Langford. She says...
What do we have for breakfast?
Well,
No.
no.
Oh.
I know. Although that would be a very good question. Sue says, did Captain Small like the 5-foot unicorn?
Gemma's done nothing but take the mick out of the video that I sent of
Oh, it's so adorable.
of Emily meeting her unicorn for the first time.
Did she like her 5-foot unicorn, Natasha? Look to the camera and tell everyone how much she loved that 5-foot unicorn.
Not as much as the cat.
She came out with the most gorgeous little Cornish twang.
What was it she said?
It's a bigger unicorn I could ever see. But in a proper Cornish twang. It's a bigger unicorn I could ever see, she says. And my very useless ovaries were twanging away. Clang, clang, clang. Oh, it was so cute. It was super cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at the bag behind Natasha. Look at the bag, look at the bag. And then let's go into overhead. Look at the other bag. Look how different they look.
So different.
It's so much fun.
And this is the joy of your ear applique. Love it.
Yes.
So if you are making to sell, because that is a thing we encourage you to do, because everyone loves more pennies to spend, right? Then no two are going to be the same, and that's a really beautiful thing. Really beautiful thing.
Auntie Lizzie grew up in 32 rooms.
32?
She says her current house feels like a rabbit hutch by comparison.
I mean, I know you had a lot of siblings, but 32?
It's what everyone gets used to, isn't it, really? But
Yeah.
32 rooms.
Yeah, I would, because obviously I've just downsized quite considerably. But I don't miss having to clean everything at all.
No.
And it's lovely and cosy.
Yeah. And kids are loving it.
Yeah.
They've got really good sized bedrooms as well, though, haven't they?
Yeah,
Like
they've
the
got best
are
rooms
really
in the
good
house.
size. But you watch, these programmes that are on the telly, and they have these amazing houses. And quite often, some of them I look at them and go, oh, no. That would just feel too drafty and open and big. Like, a bit of coziness is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's, when you've got to heat the place,
Whew.
crikey.
Pops. So I'm just trying to echo sort of something along there. I need something to just fill that gap. What though? What? What have I got? What have I got left? Ooh, decisions. What happens if I sneak that in there? Worse things could happen, couldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I mean. This is the beauty of your steamer seam.
Yeah.
Is that you get to pop things under, over, round.
Natasha, when it comes to sewing this denim,
Yes.
I think some people might not have sewn with denim before, and they might be thinking of, when you've got your jeans and there's great big chunky seams, and you think, oh, crikey, no, that's going to be a nightmare. This is a nice.
Oh, this is a beautiful weight denim,
Really
and
lovely to work with.
I don't change a thing.
No.
No. Gosh, no. No, you don't want to make life difficult. Do you not? Have we not met? Let us not make life difficult for ourselves.
Don't be thinking of your chunky denim jeans seams that you'd be getting through. This is
none of that, because
nice
you're only
to sew
ever
with.
sewing through your 2 layers of it, really.
Yes.
That's all you're going to be doing. So,
If it was horrible to work with, Natasha
we wouldn't do
want
it.
to
And I wouldn't repeatedly do it either. Because that's the thing. This is the denim that I come back to. This weight denim is one that I come back to quite a lot. Because I likes it. Oh look, I could pop that in there. It's quite pretty. Am I done? Probably not. I could probably go on quite a lot. When you think you might be done, then you get your phone and you take a photo. And you have a look at that.
Yes.
Then you spin it upside down and you look at it upside down. And then you go and have a cup of tea, piece of cake, come back and look at it again. And if at that point you are happy, I'll let you carry on to the next bit.
Fabulous.
Do I need that to balance out my butterfly? I think I might. But this is what happens, you see. You can get... Now, if you are making this as a Mother's Day make, and if you have got our template, then you could always pop.
Aww. Or initials.
Or initials,
Initials
absolutely.
too. Or something cheeky. Something cheeky would be nice. My mother-in-law, I always make her cheeky shopping bags, or give her cheeky shopping bags. She got one the first year that said, lovely old bag. And it's her favourite shopping bag. She kept saying how much she loved it, so then I got her another one that said, take an old bag shopping. So she goes places. Which is the number of people who stop her to say, where did you get your fabulous bags?
Is that like when people stopped you when you were cavorting up and down the high street with Emily's unicorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People were mostly pointing and going, amazing! Amazing! I was like, I know! I feel majestic!
God, blimey.
Oh, dear.
That.
Oh. Pam says, after you did the wall hanging with this technique, she tried it on some t-shirts that had holes in them.
Nice!
She loves them.
Yes.
This is what you want.
Do you know what? I have actually got a pair of jeans where I've, you know, the thigh chub has rubbed and done its thing. And I know the struggle is real. And then my favourite jeans, I've had them for years.
Oh.
And I'm really sad about it. Really sad about it. But I do think maybe I might be able to shenanigate something that would work.
Yeah, it's an excellent plan.
Got a little bee.
Oh, lovely. Just what you want.
It really is. Now, Gemma, when the sound went down the other week when I wasn't here, because obviously these things only ever happen when I'm not here and can do absolutely diddly about it.
Not that you'd have known what to do on that particular occasion.
I might have done.
No, I don't think so, Tash. It was one of those anomalies. It was too random for words.
It was
But
really
yes,
random.
when that happened.
What was I going to say? Did I dream it, or did Jane do some up close, beautiful free motion embroidery?
She did some free motion embroidery, and I stood with my mobile phone really close up and recorded it.
Great. Go back and look at that.
It's on Facebook. You'll find it on Facebook.
Because you're going to free motion around this
Yeah.
all over the place.
Beautiful. And the key with it is not to
Panic.
and not to try and get it too neat, because if you're going to go off at the edge at some point, which invariably you probably will, then you might as well do it intentionally. So we go round things a couple of times and make it a little bit wibbly wobbly so that it looks like that is a design feature.
Too much? Is it?
Is it though?
Is it though? Can we have a quick vote? Too much?
Cynthia's saying about how wonderful the show is. She says, let's give Natasha Makes a big thumbs up. Not only informative and creative, but fun channel.
Oh,
We
fun.
We try.
Fun.
Fiona says that looks fantastic. Loving it. That must be
I realise that I am now a little bit limited as to who I can give it to.
well, right. Yes. Or you could use it yourself, because you are one.
I am one, yeah. That still amazes me sometimes.
I know.
You know, when you go to how did I like?
When my children were very small, you were very much mum to dogs, and that's it.
Oh, that's all I was going to be.
Yes.
Yeah. No. I think I've peaked.
Yeah.
I think I'm there.
Stick a fork in you. You're done.
Hurrah! Excellent. Good. So there we go.
Wunderbar.
Right.
Marvellous. Excellent.
You now take this over to your mat.
Favourite bit.
Oh, yes. You move everything out of the way so that everybody can see what you're about to do. Because this only fixes permanently when you apply the steam.
Oh, Pat says this is a very enjoyable make. It's enjoyable to do though as well, Pat. And Natasha's had the children involved on these many times. They love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're so proud of what they've done. It keeps
Not
Emily
this
quiet
bit.
for
Not
hours.
the steamy bit.
No, not this bit.
No. But it does keep them quiet for hours. It's like fuzzy felt, but then you fix it in place.
Yep.
So
Their favourite was the lovely big cockerel, so I gave them a template and they drew round it and they painted the body. And we just did that on paper.
Yeah.
And then with the leftover feathers that we had from when I'd done it, they just stuck it on, steamed it onto the paper, and they had a lovely big cockerel each.
They did do the cow as well.
Yeah, they've done the applique cow.
Yeah.
Now you see, people are divided about the cow. They either love it or they don't.
Oh,
I love the velvet cow. That
cow.
template was taken from a photo that my dad took over 50 years ago.
Wow. Beautiful photograph. Our Izzy loves a cow. Young Izzy in the warehouse.
She does love a cow. She really does love a cow. So that should fix it. And then you're just going to applique around just to hold it down. And if little bits come off, it doesn't matter. The thing to remember is not to go too close to the end. So you don't want to make it fray before anything else.
Oh, Claire says, I'm making bags for my friends. I'm now going to have to try this on them. I'm loving it.
Yeah, do it. It's just having those fabrics. And this is it. So when I had this out in the warehouse earlier, Inga took one look and she said, well, what's that fabric from? And Inga, who deals with these fabrics and cuts these fabrics every single day, she could not, for the life of her, I'm sorry, I'm a bit obsessed with this butterfly. I'm just going to put that on the bottom of the other side. She couldn't work out which fabrics they were.
Oh, how funny. You can't always place it though, can you?
Which really made me giggle. But yeah. So now on my other side, you see, I'm just going to have that. There we go. Right. And then you put everything back into your project pouch for the next time. And actually, what you end up with, because you never use everything all the time, is quite a large selection of applique pieces that you can dip into and use. If I actually pulled all the applique pieces, because you're quite right, I've got a heap from the Create and Craft show that I did, and from the original one that I did. Whack them all in. And it just means that you've always got, and always do the really little idly biddly bits, because you never know when you're going to need just an idly biddly bit. No. Nope. There we go. I'm getting tidier. Oh, I've got a bit that's stuck and my nails can't go. And you hear me scratching. Awful sound. Put that to one side. We'll deal with that later. Righty-ho. Okay, so what we are going to do now is pop these right sides together. And like we did with the lining, we're just going to sew down and round. Do we need a turning through gap? Ha! No, not on this project.
Ah.
I know, right? Who blinking Ray? I'm having real problems picking stuff up today. I don't know what's the matter with my hands. Oh no, I do know what's the matter with it. My hands got so cold. I've got a massive cut in my thumb, and it's quite. I'm a peach, Gemma. I think that's what we've discovered of late. Actually, part peach. There we go. Right, so now we're going to stitch all the way round. There, Gem, can you drive please, because my screen has frozen. Thank you very much.
Of course I can, just bear with.
Bear with me, caller. And if you want to go slightly more than 1/4 of an inch, then do, but just make sure that you match that with your, I don't know if you can actually hear me over the very loud sound of my sewing machine because I'm going quite fast. Just match it with your lining. There you go. Just going to whiz around that. And then whip out. Driving, Jim. Driving.
I know, I just get into the other screen again. There we go.
And you're going
I'm on
to...
it.
Yeah, because we're not fully lining this bag. You can if you want to, but it just means quite a bit more expense because it's more than a 1/2 metre. You are just going to get your pinking shears and just pink it. Denim is such a hard wearing fabric that you really can just do this and it's easy. And you're just taking off the edge just so it doesn't fray. And just, I get a little bit, I try and line the teeth up in the last bits of where the teeth were before, so you get a nice continuous cut. But really, that's a bit much. It's just that once you start doing it on a project where a pinked edge is visible, you kind of keep wanting to do that. Jem, do you know what we're making next week?
What are you making next week?
We're making some beautiful gifty ideas for Father's Day, Mother's Day, and those people that loved the pen that I had. We had so much love of the pen, I have actually sourced some and they have arrived. But get this, in other colours and not just fountain pens.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know. There may even be a pink tool pen.
Oh.
Just saying. So we're going to need something to put them in. My mum, they were on the side at home and my mum saw them. She's like, oh, what's this? I'm like, clearly something for Dad. There's clearly going to have to be, because normally I just buy Dad clothes and I am responsible for his wardrobe.
Okay.
That's my role in life. But occasionally I like to buy him just something else. I've done it again, Gemma.
Oh.
What have I done with the lining?
Oh, woman. What are we going to do with you?
I don't know. I made it. Definitely. We all watched, right? We all saw
We did.
that I made it.
Just-
While we're here,
Yeah.
for those of you that loved, that was the other thing we can't find. I think I've taken it home. I think I have to put my hands up to having taken it home. You know the Japanese knot bag? Not the Japanese knot bag. You know the origami bag?
Yes.
The big denim
Yes, yes,
origami
yes,
bag
yes.
where you have 3 fat quarters
Yes.
for the lining.
Yes.
And it was so popular when we did it. I've put another one of those kits together with the beautiful Moda floral fabrics.
So you've got 3 fat quarters of Moda.
Yeah,
And
1/2 metre denim.
nice.
So you sew. We've demoed this. You sew those 3 together. That is your lining, and then you cut your. And so it's just made out of 2 oblongs of fabric, but then it's just how you arrange the fabric. So do check out that video. And had I actually not taken that bag home because I really liked it and like to use it, then it would be here to show you that. But we've got a few more of those. Oh, look what I found.
Yes, we sold one as a sample as well, I think.
So we are
whoever
going
got hold of
to.
that would have loved it. It's one of your favourite bags, isn't it?
Looks like a sports bra. We're going to turn the sports bra
Beautiful.
around the right way. God, I wish they did do sports bras like that. I would be all over that. I'd actually start exercising again. That's how much I would love that.
Marvellous.
Just saying. And you're going to tuck that in here. Whoop. Open that up. And tuck that in there. La, 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 la. Okay. So then it's a case of finding millions of pins and you're going to pin lining and denim together. Okay. Lining and denim together. And I tend to just start with the tips of the bag.
Loving
giggling?
the sound of your sewing machine. We get a lot of that with people saying how
It
much they love the sound
sounds
of it.
great. If you asked my neighbour, I don't know if she would say the same.
Agreed.
But
Yesterday
it
they
does
had
sound
people
great.
saying again, oh, I love the sound of that machine.
It is. I think it's the sewer's equivalent to like a Ferrari, isn't it? A Ferrari engine or something. Just like raw, yeah. Yeah, we all love it. And then, well, it does a ridiculous number of stitches a minute. It really does. It's a fabulous machine.
Oh, we have a recommended ointment for your thumb.
Oh, what's that?
It's called Snowfire.
Snow what?
Snowfire.
Never heard of it.
Oh, I know, but I found it
Have you?
online.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much.
All right.
And who has recommended that for us?
Honora.
Oh, thank you, Nora. Actually, Jane said that her mum also had a similar situation and had some magic stuff.
This is a natural essential oils dupe.
Oh,
it's for people who
be all
climb
over
in
that.
extreme conditions and such.
Well, that's me, isn't it? I'm quite extreme in my conditions.
currently showing for delivery March 1st to 3rd. So we're going
Oh, come on! What?
It's all right. I found another
They
one.
got to wait for the plant to grow first.
I
Like,
have
come
found
on!
another supplier, but they
What,
want,
have they actually harvested this supplier?
they want all the money in all the world. The ones that
they?
can get it to you tomorrow. So we might just have to check the chemist.
Oh, great.
That's all right.
And now I'm going to sew all the way around. I tend to start on a side seam, so I know I've just got that point that I know that I started at. Move all this out of the way. Can you hear that puppy crying, Jim?
I can.
This naughty puppy. I don't know what we're going to do. She has discovered that she can clamber out of her puppy prison.
Mm-hmm.
And she did come and there was just this little hee-hee at the door of the studio. She doesn't go anywhere, like she doesn't rampage anywhere.
No, she can't rampage.
She just came and sat outside the door and went, I can
She's sat in
hear
the
you, I can
She's
hear
sat in the
you.
hall, listening to us.
No. But once they discover they can get out of things,
Sit.
it's like kids, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you can't actually leave them in one place anymore.
Meg used to climb out of her cot. She was really little when she learned to climb out of her cot.
My brother broke his arm climbing over the baby gate.
Really?
Yeah, what a Matt. That was actually there to stop you. And strangely enough, he never grew into like the most acrobatic child. I think that was his one and only feat of what have you. Guys, take a look on the website. Have a look at all the different florals that we've got. You might want to pick and mix your own. But when I was looking for the flowers that I've chosen, I really did try and choose ones that were going to pop against the denim.
Auntie Lucy says she'll have the dog for as long as you like.
Yeah, I know. I'll drop her off on a Sunday, pick her up on a Tuesday. She'd probably love that, actually. Although saying that, she's so much my dog. My mum had to have her while I went through the 3 hours of hell that was Kids World at the weekend. Lovely place. And she did say, she doesn't listen to me. Right. Sorry. She said, she's so well behaved for you, but she doesn't listen to me. Sorry. There we go.
It's nearly done, this bag. It's nearly done.
Huh?
It's nearly done. It's nearly done. Quite
Well,
excited.
you think there's still a bit to go,
Oh,
Gemila.
I know, but I'm quite excited because look, it's starting to look like a bag.
Is a bit, yeah. And because of the way, and this is why I chose to upgrade this bag and rework it, because of how the handles sit in it, you do actually get to see that applique on the front.
You do.
It doesn't get all creased up.
And then also this bra-like placket that you've created just looks so pretty.
It's really
Peeking
pretty.
out from the strap.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And it just goes to show you don't always have to, and that's, you know, again, that's taken a little bit from dressmaking. You don't always have to have the full shebang going on.
Oh, Claire Angelina says that Ryan managed to climb over the baby gate that was at the top of the stairs.
Oh!
He came downstairs with a massive grin on his face.
Yeah, but Ryan's a bit of a climber.
Yes,
He climbs places. Like, you know, there are some of those kids, and you go, in 15 years' time, he's going to be like a champion parkour.
Yeah.
So, and you go, and they interview the mum, and they say, no, at what point did you realise that your child had this gift? Well, when he was stood on top of the basketball hoop in the playground at the age of 3, or whatever it was that he used to do.
No, Meg was like this. You know those enormous climbing frame things they have for the teenagers?
Yeah. Guys, just talk about yourself. I'm just going to pink round. Can you change the jobby thing for me, please? Thank you.
Yeah, we blinked at one point, looked away, were dealing with the dog and Gemma, and turned back, and she was right at the top of this pyramid thing. Right at the top, which is so high you could hardly see her. And it was, you know, something adults and teenagers used to use. And we just froze. Friends of ours were like, what do you do? I said, just don't shout. Just
Don't give the child the fear.
Shout.
At the moment, she thinks it's all okay.
Gradually and slowly climb up towards her with a smile on your face, and then come back down with her. She was fine.
She was fine. I'd have needed several gins that night.
Yeah, we were having kittens. Went to a friend's house another time who'd got this enormous climbing frame, and we were having a cup of tea, and we looked outside, and Meg is walking across the very top of the climbing frame like a tightrope. You know, the bit that you're not supposed to climb on?
Yeah.
The top frame.
Yep.
And, Angela screamed. And I was like, no.
No, that's not what we do here.
She was about to run outside, and I went, no, just wait and watch. And we have to wait for her to come down. Because if you startle her, she might fall.
And that would not be ideal.
Oh, honestly, it's a miracle I'm not completely white-haired. She's 18 on Saturday, and somehow has managed to do all these things without breaking an arm.
Amazing. Right, I'm just going to pink these curves. Everything else that's straight, it's fine. But these curves I am going to pink.
Oh, Claire Angelina says that Ryan's found his fear now. He's not quite so acrobatic these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Meg's
a shame.
never found her fear. She's a bit of a worry. No, dear. Lots of people are saying that the hand wash and sanitisers that they use have made their hands crack and bleed or get sore.
Oh, you want to use the seams one?
Yeah, no, we do use seams, and it's lovely. But you've left all your seams up here and been down in Cornish Cornwall where it's cold.
Yeah.
And you've suffered for it, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I really have.
Very exciting. Look at this bag.
I ran out. I should have taken an extra bottle down with me.
Yeah, because you've got tubes in here and a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Oh, I've run out to this morning actually, trying to repair myself. Do you know what my fear is? Ever since I pinking sheared something sitting down watching TV, and pinked through my pyjama bottoms.
Oh no!
Yeah, I took a very big chunk. So I'm just being a little bit careful that I don't take a very big chunk out the other side of the lining or something. And then we're going to turn everything through. If you have got a prim turning through tool, you want to utilise that now, which is what I'm going to do. If you want to just take the bulk out of those corners.
Yeah, just turn through neater, don't they, if you do?
Yeah.
Nice.
And they just lie a little bit flatter.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh gosh, Sue Langford says at 3 years old, I snuck up to the 10-metre board at the local pool.
No!
It was near the top, and my dad had to stop the lifeguards chasing me. He said they'd frighten me and I'd fall. He swam into the middle of the pool and called to me to jump to him. I made the jump without hesitation and bobbed up again, laughing my head off. We were banned from the pool after that.
Whoops.
It's right though. Don't want them to frighten a child and make the child fall. It's, not good. Oh no.
Just saying.
Wonderful. Oh yeah, this is the best gadget.
Well, at least you get to see it 4 times. You know, if you miss that once, you've got another 3.
Yeah, you
Another
will.
3 goes to see that. It is. It's
Got
great for turning
4
through
handle
handles.
pieces, yeah.
Huh?
4 handle pieces.
Mm.
Not 4 candles, 4 handles.
4 candles.
4 candles. Candles for 4. Our viewers have the best stories. They do.
What were we calling Sue the other day? Or did she email us?
Oh
How
no, it
did she-
wasn't Sue, was it? That was
No, no.
Oh, it just.
Who? No, who?
I think it's Anne who was.
Oh, was it
lady
Anne?
that
Oh, yeah.
was
She
there.
signed.
Yeah.
She signed off. You know, the one that.
the lady that took her clothes off in the shop window. I think
That
it's
is
gonna
one of
take
our
some
favourite
beating.
stories.
Yeah, it's going to take some beating.
One of our favourite stories. And she's just now known in the office just as the legend.
The legend it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you're just a bit upset that you haven't managed to do that at any point, Gemma.
I've pulled some proper stunts in my time, unintentionally.
Yeah.
But never have I gone into a shop window thinking it was a changing room and got into a dress and taken off my clothes and got into a dress. Oh, only to realise I was in the shop window.
It just reminds me of that film Mannequin.
Yes. Oh gosh, that was a good film, wasn't it?
It was a good film.
I mean, you'd watch it now probably and think it was rubbish.
Dreadful, yeah.
At
But
the time,
of its time, we loved it. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Wee.
having all the fun there, Tash.
All the fun
Good-o.
in all the world. And actually all that is left to do now is just to press and top stitch around. So the other reason that I chose denim for this as well is that you don't have to interface the back of your denim to do your free motion embroidery. And also, if you don't want to put a free motion foot on, just straight stitch and just keep turning. You don't have to be all fancy schmancy with it. It's okay.
Marvellous.
It's all okay. But like I say, the first 9 of you will get this fabric, and then after that we'll substitute in with a different colourway of this fabric. Same fabric, just different colourway.
I will put an updated product up so people can see when that happens.
Oh, I can't count. Goodness. Got another one to do.
Yes, 1, 2, 3.
How is this? It feels like it's suddenly become like an octopus bag.
Perhaps that's what we should have called it, the octopus bag.
Oh, maybe.
No, this prim turning tool is another one of those things that once you've got it, you've got it.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, doesn't it make your life easier?
Oh, it really does. On so many different turning through things, I would just be lost without it, or just not bother to attempt it, or just end up with a UFO because I'd be like, can't really be bothered.
Yeah, any time you're having real difficulty turning something through, this is
It's
the
the one.
We've just restocked them as well because they are a proper pain to get hold of.
Oh, they
I've
really
been without
are.
them for several months.
There are some companies that just do not seem to have sorted their supply chain post-COVID,
Right.
and still using it as an excuse, which drives me a little bit mad. But that's just me. And it's just like, oh, come on. Like, we're not. Are we technically still in a pandemic? I don't know, but I just think, come on, get a different excuse. I'm bored of that one. So I'm just on that seam, making sure that the top of that seam is there, and then just
The original time that Natasha demonstrated the technique that she's used today was with her everlasting bouquet, is what we called it.
we did, because you know when you get given flowers and then it's really sad when they die.
Yeah.
I wanted something that you would be able to keep up on your wall forever, and it's in our it hangs up in our hallway here at Natasha Makes. It's as you walk in the lobby, there it is.
But I've added the instructions for that into today's collection as well. So if you want to have a little peep, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a really, really lovely make.
And again, just pick yourselves some of the caladiums and things like that for the leaf foliage. Any of our florals. We're expecting some more beautiful florals in any day. I must chase that one actually as well, see where that's gone to.
Do you know it's the 10th of May 2021 when you did the everlasting
Did
bouquet?
I really do it that long ago?
Nearly
Gosh.
2 years ago. And
It's one of my
a
favourite
really lovely wall, really lovely wall hanging. It's about 24.5 inches wide and by 32 high. And used the wave ruler, the Creative Grids wave ruler, to create wavy sides to it as well, which again was really lovely. But you know, this technique is something that just keeps on giving. You can create so many different things.
Well, we did Brandon, the lovely big peacock, didn't we, with steamer seam.
Yeah.
We did the cushions as well, the beautiful cushions.
Yeah.
We've done all sorts with this.
We have.
And in fact, you know the cushions that we did?
Yes.
I can't remember why it was that they happened to, the day that I went down to interview Kay from Brandon, those cushions turned up with the quilt. think I'd left them on set at Create and Craft and asked them if they could just return them to me, because they actually live on my chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they loved them.
Oh,
And it wasn't, I hadn't like taken it as a show and tell, because that'd be weird. But they were like, oh, loving these.
Isn't that great?
Thank you very much.
So nice, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, when the fabric designers actually like what you do with their stuff.
That was the Jacob's Bloom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we have sold out of those kits now. We have, however, managed to put together a few more Brandon peacocks. So again, really lovely to do with the kids too. Get them to line everything up. Or just, who doesn't love an activity like that? Guy and I will quite happily sit and do colouring in. We used to go to my mother-in-law's and just sit and colour in the kids' colouring books, because they're really nice, mindful activities, aren't they, where you just zone out and do something that's just fun.
Whilst you're watching the movie, or if Hubby's got the football on and it's not something that you really want to watch, then I'll always make sure I've got something like this to do.
This is very much that kind of activity. It's a really lovely twiddly activity, isn't it?
It is. It is, it is, it is. We have got, actually over the next few weeks, we've got some beautiful new fabrics coming in, which I'm very excited about. We have got the full brand new Tilda collection, which should be with us for the 1st of February, so keep watch for that. Should be with us by then. That's what our suppliers are saying. As long as it's in and docked, then we should have it. So if you are a Tilda fan and you want to get the full collection, you know that we will do our best price for you on that.
Absolutely.
Because that's only next week.
Yeah, 1st of February is the launch show.
Is it Monday? No, Wednesday, isn't it?
Wednesday. And that's the earliest any of us are allowed to talk about fabric. There's an embargo on it.
So yeah, just so that you know, we will be having that complete and full collection. So now we're
very exciting.
Going to just top stitch around.
No. I hope your mum's not watching. Oh, if she does, and she the surprise is ruined. Soz, babes.
Soz, mum. Yeah, she'll be able to zip to the village shop with this one, won't she?
And this is the thing.
And they'll know who's made it for her. Huh?
Denim's really hard wearing, isn't it?
Really hard wearing, yes.
Really hard wearing and robust and fabulous.
So, just measure yourself down. You can mark it off or not, it's up to you. About an inch. And then just fold that on top of that, stopping at that inch. At least Emily can't look at this and say, is this for me, mummy?
No.
No! That's what it would say, Mims, not mum.
Quite.
See, if I chop that, it could say Mim. No idea how she ended up being Mims.
No, I know.
Bear in mind that she started out as Knuckles.
She did start out as Knuckles.
I'm not entirely sure. Do you know what, in the interest of time. Oh yeah, so next week, the pen, for those of you that are thinking about what are these pens that I'm talking about, this is the pen. You've got a tungsten end there so you can break glass and stuff with that. You've got inches, you've got centimetres, you've got a spirit level, you've got your stylus on the end there. But the pièce de résistance for me was the fact that, look, proper ink in there, and you get refills.
Amazing.
Or you get one of the ones where if you've got a proper ink pot, you can draw up the ink. But under here, what we have. So I've got these pens for you. It's the proper fountain pen. Cannot tell you how exciting that makes me.
Beautiful.
So yeah, gifty ideas for next week for you for Mother's Day, Easter, because not everyone wants to be given chocolate at Easter.
No, I really don't.
Either. And then if if you're working in advance, my dad's birthday, you see, is February. So this gives me time to actually make stuff for him. Again,
Marvellous.
here, if you just want to.
Farmer Ali says, Tilda, with lots of hearts. And then she also says, and pen, you know how to spoil us.
I know, right? Because if you are my tribe, then you will love a pen.
Yes.
There's no two ways about that, I'm afraid. So when I'm sewing around here, I'm going to sew around a little rectangle. And then when I get to that corner where I started, I'm then going to, I don't know if you can see, so I've sewn, I started in that corner, I've sewn away, I've got back to that corner. I'm now going to come diagonally to where I started, to then carry on sewing. Hurrah. And I'm top stitching. I've got an orange thread on the top. I've got something that's slightly less orange underneath. But I just love that that orange is going to pick up the orange of the flowers. That's why I chose the orange in these flowers, so that I could use that classic denim and orange thread.
You might not want to.
You might not want to, and if you're not confident with your top stitching, then just use a thread that's going to coordinate and don't give yourself that stress.
Yeah. Marvellous.
Because that would have been, you know, a couple of years ago, that still would have been me. Like, oh, crikey, don't want everyone to see me wobbly stitching.
I don't see me wobbly anything, Natasha.
No one needs to see my wobbly anything. Thank you for pointing that out. There is not the need.
No, definitely no need.
Nope, nope. And then I can just start from that point. Where are my little snips? Don't know where I've put them. And top stitch around the other way. And this is going to keep that lining in place. So like you would if you were dressmaking, you'd top stitch or under stitch to make that lie flat. It is exactly the same concept. Now when we get up to the handle again up here, you don't have to do this at this point, by the way. If you don't want to, then you can just stitch all the way around and then just come back and sew a square over the top. Like there's no pressure from me to do that. Just so as you know. Oh no, hang on. Gemma, I need my little scissors. Because look what's happened.
Oh no.
I know. Oh, this is why your easy snips are just great. You can use them as an unpicker. And I do. Second time today I've had to use them as an unpicker. We've still got a few of those left as well, I think. Oh, we did have a lot of those, didn't we?
We did.
Whee! If you can't keep twisting, don't worry, you will get to the point where you go, okay, that's all right. And one way round it doesn't, you can only do it sort of one way round. Oh, I didn't quite get into that because I unpicked. Oh! There we go. And around we go, and we're nearly done. So when you're doing your free motion embroidery, first thing to remember is to pull your thread up from the bottom so it doesn't catch, and then you can tie that off. Oh, look how great these snips are, just for getting all those little rogue ones.
EZ snips.
EZ snip. Poor SJ will never live that down. We will never let her live that down. She's like, what are these EZ snips then? You mean the easy snips? Yeah, but we don't call them Z in this country. It's like, yeah, but then the play on the word doesn't work. Oh.
So bright. So incredibly bright that when she says something ditzy, we love it.
Oh, we do. It makes us all feel better.
They are currently on a deal at half price
What?
today. So yeah, they should be £15 a set, those easy snips, and they are £7.50. And you know, once we do sell these, that's it, they're gone.
They are gone.
I genuinely have them everywhere.
Do you know what, actually, the lady that sold them to me rang me the other day to see if I still had any that I wanted to sell back to her.
Yeah.
Because they'd run out.
Right.
I'm like, no.
Sorry. No.
Snooze, you lose, love. Soz.
And they're just phenomenal. I've got a set in my handbag because there's always something, isn't there? It's quite often one of those little ribbons in the shoulder of your outfit that drive you bonkers, or just some thread that you need to snip off or whatever.
I just love the fact they're slightly curved.
And they're tiny, and they've got a little rubbery cap that you put on as well. They're brilliant. So they will sit in your bag.
Or just make yourself a little case for them, like we
Brilliant.
made the other week.
Exactly.
And then gift them. They're half price, and you've got someone who sews. Buy them, make a case, gift them.
I've made the scissor keep, that the one that you've made originally that puts 3 sets of scissors in, Natasha, and I'll pop one of those in the front because quite often people have got their dressmaking scissors. They've perhaps got another pair of embroidery
for
scissors or whatever.
To-do moment.
And
Ta-da!
but the easy snips popped in there tells them what the item's for.
Yeah. There we go.
Look at that bag, everybody.
There it is, and so different from the original one.
Yeah, it looks marvellous. I love it.
And again, that's just down to your applique. But you might want to, personalise it with initials or whatever. So whether you want to make it into a heart or whether you want to do... I mean, it was just that I had that one cut out. And I thought I really want that to be the centre and have everything kind of come out from that and then a wider bit at the bottom.
Lovely.
That was where I went with that one. But it just doesn't matter. If you're giving it to your mum for Mother's Day, then having that heart there is going to be a beautiful thing.
Oh, Fiona says, oh, gorgeous. And it is gorgeous. Look at the bright colours and
gorgeous. So
Stunning.
that is what we've made today, everybody.
Yes.
Now, tomorrow, Janie McJameson is going to be making that.
She will.
Lots of you are already very excited for that.
This is our exploding star.
Yes. I am on Create and Craft on Sunday with the next block of the month, which is a bit of a misnomer because it's actually the diamond border and another block. So they've always done 2 blocks a month, which made no sense to me. I was like, you asked me to do a block of the month, and yet we're doing 2 blocks a month.
Yes.
This is very confusing. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. And a Natasha Makes show with a lot of our bling, because there's a lot of paper crafters as well. So there is that kind of crossover. But if you do want to pick up any of those, and I will be re-demoing, for those of you that missed it, Create and Craft have got the last of my stock of this now.
The Bojangles Bling Bangle bag.
The Bojangles Bling Bangle bag.
I'm so looking forward to you saying that on Create and Craft
With
many,
a straight
many
face.
times without tripping over your own teeth.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing. So that's what we will be doing.
Marvellous.
Yep.
We love a Bojangles Bling Bangle bag.
It's like one of those tongue twisters that you say to do a warm-up before you go on stage.
So
that's what we're going to be doing on Sunday at Create and Craft. Gemma's here tomorrow with Jane because I'm going home, and to make more and design more goodies with pens and various gifts in mind. So I will see you here next week on a Monday.
You will.
Gemma here tomorrow.
You will.
Check out Friday. Oh, yeah, of course, Friday. We're doing
Pay It Forward.
The Pay It Forward, which for those of you that like, what is the Pay It Forward? The Pay It Forward is an initiative whereby we heavily substitute a make, subsidise a make, so that you can pay forward a bit of kindness and a bit of goodness in this world that is a little bit topsy-turvy.
Even if it's just yourself.
Well, there you go.
And you think,
If some good has occurred, we're all good.
As long as it's made someone happy, that's fine.
Yeah. So that's the idea of that. Right. I will see you here next Monday. Friday is already recorded and ready to go. Gemma's here tomorrow. I think I've said all of that at least 3 times now. So I will see you next Monday. Bye bye.
Lots of love. Bye.